Tahini is one of those ingredients that often hides in plain sight. People spread it on bread, whisk it into sauces, or enjoy it in hummus without giving it much thought. It looks simple, almost ordinary, yet it has been an essential part of cooking for thousands of years. Despite its growing popularity around the world, many people still aren't entirely sure what it actually is. Is it a sauce, a spread, or some kind of nut butter? The answer is surprisingly simple, but the story behind it is far richer than most people expect. Right here, on History of Simple Things. At its core, tahini is a smooth paste made by grinding sesame seeds until they release their natural oils. That's it. High-quality tahini usually contains just one ingredient, sesame seeds. As the seeds are crushed into an incredibly fine consistency, they transform into a creamy paste with a rich texture and a distinctive nutty flavor. Because of its appearance, tahini is often mistaken for peanut butter. While both are creamy spreads, that's where the similarities end. Peanut butter has a naturally sweet and familiar taste, while tahini offers a much earthier flavor with a gentle bitterness and toasted aroma. That unique taste allows it to fit comfortably into both savory dishes and sweet desserts. Fresh tahini has a silky, pourable consistency, although the oil often separates naturally during storage. A quick stir blends everything back together, making it smooth once again. Unlike many processed spreads, this separation is completely normal because tahini often contains no stabilizers or artificial additives. Tahini owes its existence to sesame, one of the oldest cultivated crops in human history. Archaeological discoveries suggest that sesame was being grown more than 4,000 years ago across regions including Mesopotamia and parts of the Indian subcontinent. Ancient civilizations valued the tiny seeds because they produced large amounts of oil and could thrive in dry climates where many crops struggled. As trade expanded across the Middle East and the Mediterranean, sesame spread alongside merchants and travelers. Eventually, people discovered that grinding the seeds created a flavorful paste that could be used in countless ways. Over time, this simple preparation became deeply woven into the cuisines of countries throughout the Middle East, North Africa, and the Eastern Mediterranean. The name tahini itself comes from an Arabic word meaning to grind, perfectly describing the process that creates it. While modern factories now produce tahini on a much larger scale, the basic idea remains almost identical to the methods used centuries ago. Although tahini seems like a complicated product, the process behind it is surprisingly straightforward. Everything begins with carefully selected sesame seeds. Depending on the desired flavor, manufacturers may use hulled or unhulled seeds. Hulled sesame seeds have their outer shell removed, producing a lighter-colored paste with a milder taste. Unhulled seeds create a darker tahini, with a stronger flavor and a slightly more noticeable bitterness. Many producers lightly roast the sesame seeds before grinding them. Roasting enhances their natural nuttiness and gives tahini its characteristic aroma. Other producers skip roasting altogether, creating a fresher and more delicate tasting paste. Once prepared, the seeds are ground continuously until their natural oils are released. No extra oils are necessary because sesame seeds contain plenty of their own. The result is a creamy paste that is both smooth and naturally rich without requiring complicated ingredients. One of tahini's greatest strengths is its ability to work in an incredible variety of dishes. In savory cooking, it adds richness without overpowering other flavors. It forms the creamy backbone of hummus and gives baba ganoush much of its signature depth. Mixed with lemon juice, garlic, water, and a little salt, tahini becomes a smooth sauce that pairs beautifully with roasted vegetables, grilled meats, falafel, and salads. An interesting characteristic of tahini appears when water is added. Instead of immediately becoming thinner, it first thickens dramatically into a stiff paste. As more water is gradually mixed in, the paste loosens into a silky, creamy sauce. It seems almost backwards, but this unusual reaction is simply part of the chemistry of sesame oils and water. Its creamy texture also makes it useful as a dairy substitute in many recipes, especially in plant-based cooking where richness can sometimes be difficult to achieve. Tahini is just as comfortable in desserts as it is in savory dishes. Its slightly bitter, nutty flavor pairs especially well with chocolate, balancing sweetness and adding depth. Bakers often use it in brownies, cookies, cakes, and even ice cream. One of its most famous sweet uses is halva, a traditional confection enjoyed across the Middle East and neighboring regions. Made mainly from tahini and sugar syrup, halva has a unique crumbly texture and a rich sesame flavor. Its success in both sweet and savory recipes highlights just how versatile this simple ingredient truly is. Tahini has become increasingly popular around the world thanks to the growing interest in Mediterranean cuisine and plant-based cooking. Its rich flavor and creamy texture make it an easy addition to everything from dips and dressings to baked goods and smoothies. Beyond its versatility, tahini is naturally rich in healthy unsaturated fats, plant protein, fiber, and important minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and iron. While it is calorie-dense, even a small amount can add both flavor and nutritional value to a meal. Perhaps its greatest strength is its simplicity. Authentic tahini is often made from nothing more than ground sesame seeds, proving that a single humble ingredient can remain a favorite in kitchens across the world for thousands of years. Tahini may look like an ordinary paste, but it carries thousands of years of history in every spoonful. Made from nothing more than finely ground sesame seeds, it has become an essential ingredient across countless cultures thanks to its distinctive flavor, creamy texture, and remarkable versatility. Whether enriching savory dishes, adding depth to desserts, or serving as the foundation for beloved recipes like hummus, tahini proves that some of the world's most enduring foods are also among its simplest. Sometimes, extraordinary ingredients don't need complicated recipes. They just need time, tradition, and a handful of humble sesame seeds. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.